who's ready to dive into the era of Nixon, Carter, and some truly unique science fiction films. Hey there, gang. I'm Brian Rollins, and this is the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast. Every week we bring you 30 questions on a different topic. This week, it's the sci-fi films of the 1970s. I grew up in the 80s watching a lot of these on marathon during the weekend. It was a dark time before cable and streaming services, but we made do with what we had. Like always, there are 3 rounds of 10 questions each. I'll give you a 5-second timer after reading the question for you to answer. Then, I'll give you the answer. If you want some scoring rules, you can visit our website at dorkygeekynerdy.com. You can find past episodes and quizzes as well. I think that covers everything, so let's get started. The Dorky Round. Number 1. Much to Detective Thorne's horror, what was made of people? Soylent Green. Number 2. What 1977 movie had its Tunisian set turned into a hotel? Star Wars: A New Hope. Number 3. While the 2004 remake starring Matthew Broderick and Nicole Kidman was a comedy, the original 1975 version of what movie was much more serious? The Stepford Wives. Number 4. What movie marked the first starring film role for David Bowie? The Man Who Fell to Earth. Number 5. What movie featured the note sequence D-E-C-C-G, with the second C an octave below the first? Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Number 6. Even though he plays the title character, Christopher Reeve received third billing in what 1978 movie? Superman. Number 7. What movie warned you, in space, no one can hear you scream? Alien. Number 8. What 1979 film featured Maximilian Schell, Anthony Perkins, Ernest Borgnine, and some very dubious astrophysics? The Black Hole. Number 9. What actor didn't actually audition for his role in Mad Max, but was, instead, going along to support his sister? Mel Gibson. Number 10. After seeing the premiere of which 1979 film, William Shatner said, "Well, that's it. We gave it our best shot. It wasn't good, and it will never happen again." Star Trek: The Motion Picture. 15 years later, Shatner would recant those words saying, "Shows you what I know." The Geeky Round. Number 1. In Logan's Run, what ritual promises to renew you if you make it to the top? Carousel. Number 2. Yul Brynner's character in what movie would serve as inspiration for both Michael Myers and the Terminator? Westworld. Number 3. What movie was billed as Woody Allen takes a nostalgic look at the future? Sleeper. Number 4. Elliot Gould and James Brolin starred in what movie about a faked mission to Mars? Capricorn 1. Number 5. Roger Zelazny hated the 1976 adaptation of which of his novels? Damnation Alley. Number 6. What was the 1976 sequel to Westworld? Future World. Number 7. What 1978 movie had SS officers trying to clone Adolf Hitler? The Boys from Brazil. Number 8. What sci-fi short and parody of Star Wars is considered the highest-grossing short of all time? Hardware Wars. It was made on a budget of $8,000 and has grossed over $1 million. Number 9. What sci-fi horror film featured the Tall Man and his killer spheres? Phantasm. Number 10. What movie starred Malcolm McDowell as H.G. Wells and David Warner as Jack the Ripper? Time After Time. The Nerdy Round. Number 1. Silent Running was directed by what visual effects pioneer? Douglas Trumbull. Number 2. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes takes place in what year? (1991). Number 3. What John Carpenter movie was billed as bombed out in space with a spaced out bomb? Dark Star. Number 4. What movie was released for the 20th anniversary of Godzilla? Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Number 5. Who was originally supposed to play Zed in the movie Zardoz? Burt Reynolds. He dropped out due to illness and Sean Connery was cast instead. Number 6. What 1975 movie featured a flying Winnebago? Escape to Witch Mountain. Number 7. James Caan was cast in Rollerball after the director saw him in what movie? Brian's Song. Number 8. What breed of cat was used for the cat from outer space? Abyssinian. Number 9. Who was initially offered the role of Hugo Drax in Moonraker? Frank Sinatra. Number 10. What 1977 Japanese movie is made up of edited parts of a 1974-1975 anime of the same name? Space Battleship Yamato. And that's it for this week. If there are answers to questions you didn't know or movies you haven't seen, be sure to surf around your streaming services to find them. They may not all be great, but they're definitely interesting. We'll be back again next Wednesday for more trivia fun. Speaking of which, here's your clue. What 2007 novel had its title revealed through an online game of Hangman? While I've got you, I do have a quick request. I've put up a listener survey on our site. Please take a few minutes to zip over and fill it out. I'd really appreciate your feedback in shaping future episodes of the show. You can find the survey at dorkygeekynerdy.com/survey. Thanks. I'm your host, Brian Rollins, and this has been the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast. See you next week, and thanks for listening.